Hello again, it's Lock Noob, and here we have a Sun brand. Looks like a clone of the KABA 8. So yeah, it's a really nice little lock. It looks like it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 pins. And to pick this, we need a pick that looks a bit like that, so that we go in and you'll be able to turn this side to side to pick these pins. Pro tip: when you're going to pick one of these locks, just pick a side of pins, go in, feel where one of the pins is, like that. If it springs, put a little mark, then go along, feel another pin, and just put a mark all the way down the side of the pick. Why would I do that? Well, it actually just makes it easier to navigate the lock. So if I want to go from pin 1 and just I go, oh, do you know what, I want to test one at the back, let's quickly skip to 5. Instead of having to count them off like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 each time, you can just skip straight to it. You could mark it off on the other side if you wanted, and again you could do it here, there, feel spring, that one, and where's the last one? Ah, yeah, just there. But do you know what? You don't really need to, because you can just go roughly between the markings, because these pins are offset. Some of them on some locks are literally opposite, some are offset. And here's the bitting of the key. So some real ups and downs, like these are almost like zero lifts. These are like, you can see those tiny little marks here. So, you know, that's like you've got to push the pin all the way down. Then you've got sort of medium cuts and then high cuts. A real mix on there. So let's go put this in a vise. I'll take all this off because it's just, it doesn't do anything. It's just like little escutcheons and spaces and things. This was a cam lock, so you can fit a cam piece at the back if you want, at whatever angle you want. So that would be what opens and closes the door that it's attached to. I think it's probably a little cabinet lock of some kind, relatively high security. But yeah, let's throw this in a vise and have a pick. And if we can pick it, there's a very good chance, I think, that we might be able to gut this. All right, see you in a sec. Okay, so we are in the vise. Let's just check the key works both ways. Yeah, works really good. There is that bitting. So you can see here we've got our like almost zero lifts here. We've got to be careful we don't overset those. So we've got some really high set pins on these positions. This is the pinning for the left hand side. This is the pinning for the right hand side. But you can see it's on both because it's a reversible key, which is nice. So really nice mix of pins. Now, again, just mark off your pick. Honestly, save yourself some time trying to navigate through the lock. Just go through before you start picking, mark off where the pin positions are. Then you'll be able to go through, memorize where you've been, where you need to go to, what you might have picked already, what you haven't. Honestly, you'll be thanking me later if you've never tried this before. So just pop some top of the keyway tension in. I'm going to go in on the right hand side now. So pin 1, nothing. Pin 2 is binding, little click. Pin 3 isn't doing anything. Pin 4 isn't doing anything. Pin 5 here is binding, I think. Nice little click. Okay, so let's go back to the beginning. Pin 1's binding now, little click. Anything on 2? No. 3's binding a little bit, I think. Yeah, nice click. Nothing on 4, nothing on 5. Back to the front. 1 feels fine. 2, little click. 3 feels fine. 4 feels fine. And 5, little click. Okay, so back to the, what is it, left hand side. Nothing on 1. Little click on 2. Little click on 3. Nothing on 4. Nice click on 5. So back to the front. Nothing on 1. Nothing on 2, 3, little more of a click. Nothing on 4. Little click on 5. Going back through. All feels fine on the left hand side, I'll be honest with you. I can't feel anything on the first pin on the left. Or the second. Third feels fine. Fourth feels set. Fifth feels good. Okay, so we need to go back to the right hand side. Pin 1's binding. Little click into a bit of a false set. Pin 2, nothing. 3 feels fine. 4 feels fine. 5 feels fine. So let's go back to the what do you call it, left hand side, go back through all these pins. Anything that's giving me some counter rotation we'll try to pick. But pin 1's doing nothing, pin 2, nothing, pin 3, nothing, pin 4. I'm not feeling anything at all on 4. Nope. Pin 5 here, maybe a little click or something. So let's go back to the right hand side, nothing on 1, nothing on 2, nothing on 3. Can't see if there's anything on 4. It felt like maybe 4, but I don't trust it. No, it feels like I overset 4 there, so we'll just pull that back. Feels good. 3, 2's binding now, I think. 1, 2. No, okay, so maybe it's something on the right, left hand side. Nothing on 1 on the left. 2, 3. Nothing on 4. 5, and we are open. Okay, so that did take a little bit of picking, but I like that. That's pretty good going. And now I've got to think about how we can gut this. So let's okay. Can you see what I see? So we picked it. Now we just need to figure out a way to get that little circlip off. This could be tricky. I might just pop this back into advice and see whether I can get that off. I don't have a pair of circlip pliers that sort of do that. Yes, we can slide this off. So maybe I didn't need to do that circlip at all. Let's try and do it this way then. Because it looks like this tube is so... well, I don't know. It looks almost exactly the right size, truthfully. What about this one? That's too small. That's going to be too big. Way too big. This one looks just about right. So I don't know whether to try to gut it from the top. I might just do that because it'll be under less spring pressure. Okay, let's try this. So I haven't gutted like this for a very long time, but this is possible. So this is, I need a pen. I'm going to mark this off as, put a little mark on this side like that. So remember which way round this goes, and that'll be the right hand side. Okay, and we'll do that on the top row. Yes, let's do that. Might have a pair of pliers here to just pull this along a bit as well. No, might not do that. Okay. So this is pin 1. Or pins 1 on this side. Perfect. We have a driver pin and a little key pin there. We'll keep moving this along. if I can. Is this going to work? Yeah, probably. Yep, there we go. It is working. So I'll be super careful with this, because I can tell this will all go horribly wrong if I'm not careful. Keep in driver pin. And those springs are going to jump out and I'm going to lose them, I can tell. So you might not be able to tell so far, but the driver pins, which have some spools in them, are cupped at one end to receive the spring, which reduces the amount of required space in the Bible for springs. Pop that there. So yeah, here we go. Oh, I'll put that there for a minute. Look, you can see how the key pins there are like little T-pins to make sure they don't fall into the Bible, sorry, into the keyway. And these driver pins are little cups so that they can go onto the spring like this. And you can already see we have like standard, a mushroom spool, standard. So pretty cool pin so far. So that's the right hand side, or at least as we've marked it off here. So that's those pins, and then we've got to try and do the same on this side. So let's try and do that. Which it looks like we can. So this is the left hand side pins now. Oh, I just dropped a pin. Hold on. Well, that's a tiny little wafer. Wow, that's barely a pin at all. In fact, I just found another piece of metal on the floor, but I don't think that's related. That is absolutely not related. It's a piece of... What on earth is going on there? It's a magnet. Have I accidentally picked up a magnet? And a piece of broken metal. I don't think... Yeah, I don't think that's actually part of the lock. I will go find that other pin later. This seems to be a magnet that's been floating around on my floor. Okay, well, that's interesting. I shall find the pin in a second. It hasn't gone far. There we go. Next one. And the key pin. Next one. Got it. Driver pin and the key pin. These all seem to be standard. Well, no, this is a T pin. That's interesting. It's actually quite a bit higher security than I thought it would be, this lock, with its T-pins and like mushroom spools and the such like. Oh, this is a serrated key pin as well. This is much higher security than I was expecting. It really is. Very cool though. Right, and that's another T-pin and another. So there aren't many serrated driver pins just because of the nature of it. Let me just try and see if I can find the other pin on the floor here. Hold on. And we found it. So it's just a random piece of metal, which I'll get rid of, and a random magnet. Shows how chaotic the floor in my workspace is. Right. Let's have a look at these really cool pins then. So, a bit of a mix. We've got some nice standard drive. So this is the right hand side, standard drive pin, all standard key pins. But this one's a really nice, you see that? Really nice sort of like sharp lipped mushroom spool, standard. So go standard drive pin, mushroom spool, standard. At the bottom, standard driver pin, T-pin, by which I mean the tip is thinner and will catch in the shear line. Standard driver pin, but a serrated key pin. And then another T-pin in position 5. Wow, so quite a cool little lock, this Sun 10-pin dimple cam lock. Yeah, really like it. Love to know what you think in the comments. Sorry about the chaotic gutting. Hope you stayed for it. If you did, then please give me a like for the effort. It really helps me out. So does subscribing to my channel if you think I deserve it. If you want to see more content like this, subscribing really is a great thing you can do for me. If you have any comments, leave them below. I do reply to as many as I can, and I do read them all. Otherwise, stay safe, happy picking, and I'll see you all next time.